Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different connections, not just to the prequels and the original trilogy, but other forms of canon under Disney and Lucasfilm by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this movie is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is trying his very best and pouring his heart and soul into this film in order to add in a lot of nostalgia to this movie that's really going to have a lot of meaning and purpose behind it all in order to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting and intriguing. Now, specifically, a description of Rey traveling into the Lost City within the Jedi section, where it's described that she begins to hear the voice of Anakin Skywalker while she is holding the family saber hilt. It's described to be a moment in which the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker lures Rey into the Land of Warriors, which is said to be a place full of ancient Jedi statues and relics. The next goes over Rey witnessing the apparition of Anakin Skywalker in the distance, in a black cloak, where it's described to lure her to another section of the Land of Warriors. Another goes over Rey now witnessing the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker standing on a platform of sorts, connected to the Jedi ruins, where as Anakin turns around, he is described to change from old to young and even shifts into middle age at one point. It's said that JJ is planning to evolve the concept of Force Ghosts and what a Force Ghost can do in the Star Wars universe by manipulating its appearance. The old age version of Anakin before he shifts to the Hayden Christensen version is said to mimic Sebastian Shaw's appearance before changing to the Hayden design, before he begins to vanish, luring Rey to the Jedi ruins. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, number one, we do know that the Lost City is going to play quite a big role in the second act of the film in order to really bring Rey to understanding herself a whole lot more and understanding more elements about the Jedi lore and the Jedi Order as well as the ancient Jedi. So what's really interesting about all of this is that this seems like it could be quite controversial to fans. We heard about this many times before in the past, that they do plan on using the concept of Force Ghosts, where they're going to be a mixture of old and young and even shifting from their younger self to their older self or vice versa. Now, to me, I think that it's a good move, it's an interesting move, as long as it's done correctly and is written well on the big screen and the visual effects are pretty on par with everything else that has gone before it. But the only thing that I feel that fans may want to see, and we are getting sequences, that have the regular Force Ghosts anyway, from what it seems, but we do know that they are embracing the idea of delivering the different types of Force Ghosts. For example, having an older version mixed with a young version of Ewan McGregor of Obi-Wan Kenobi, as well as the same goes for Anakin Skywalker in that particular sequence. But I want to move on to Rey's mission here into the Lost City. Now, we do know that the Lost City is going to be a very important place for Rey, and Anakin Skywalker's role in this world, or in this city, if you will, is actually to lure Rey into the Land of Warriors. Now, in case you guys are just tuning in right now, the Land of Warriors is a location within the Lost City in the actual second act of the movie that is a place full of ancient Jedi relics, artifacts, and statues that Rey actually benefits from learning and gaining new knowledge about the ancient order, and is going to be using that to rebuild a new Jedi Order, after the events of Episode 9 and moving forward. So this to me sounds like a very interesting piece by JJ by using Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost voice when she's holding the Skywalker family lightsaber that lures her into the Lost City and the Land of Warriors. So first it begins as a voice, and then it eventually transitions to when Rey sees the apparition of Anakin Skywalker in the distance, shifting from old to young to eventually middle-aged. Now, the old version is actually said to mimic that of Sebastian Shaw. In case you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy who played the original Anakin Force Ghost at the very end of Return of the Jedi. He even played the unmasked version of Darth Vader before his death. So Sebastian Shaw, obviously he's not alive, they're not going to have him on set, but they're going to recreate that character's appearance in order to really give fans, really great nostalgia, especially for the die-hard original trilogy fans who grew up with, episodes 1, or should I say episodes 4 through 6, during the 70s and 80s. So with that being said, you can really see how much time and effort this really takes, all the different effects that are going into episode 9 in order to really make things go full circle and to bring things to really fulfill the Skywalker saga. So the character of Anakin at the very end of the day, in my point of view, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there would probably agree, is that the character of Anakin Skywalker is the true face of the Star Wars franchise, hence him becoming Darth Vader. Whenever you think about Vader, you think about the Star Wars franchise without a doubt. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.